would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar?
Okay, so now, what we're gonna do, alright? So, Gabriel, I need you now to imagine as vividly as possible that you are so famous that you cannot walk down the street more than a couple of blocks. You'll be recognized. Somebody will want your autograph. Somebody will want a selfie with you. All right, that you cannot do that anymore in any major city in the world. And then you, Miguel, you're going to be an ordinary working Joe like a janitor somewhere. You're going to explain to him that he doesn't need to think that he's better than other people just because he's a star. All right, okay, welcome back. I thought we'd get started right away. Miguel, what have you done there? What have you done to your costume? We don't wear costumes here.
Well, I know, to get into character, I rolled up my sleeves, like a workman, like a worker, like a box carrier, or a mechanic. Like, maybe I'm like a mechanic, like Kowalski, the Marlon Brando film, the Streetcar Named Desire, the Tennessee Williams. Have you heard of that play?
Have I heard of Streetcar Named what? What is it called?
No, it's called The Streetcar Named Desire, and it's a really famous play.
Do you think I don't know the play Streetcar Named Desire? What are you giving me a lecture on Marlon Brando for? What are you, Truman Capote? What do you know everything about the man? I know everything about the man. I studied his work. Don't assume that I don't know Streetcar Named Desire. What is wrong with you?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You said you didn't know it. I was just explaining why I rolled up my sleeves.
All right, let's just try the scene. You can give yourself any actual profession you wish that makes you more comfortable with the role. So what happens if somebody who's really stupid becomes suddenly overnight a star and think they deserve it when maybe they don't, probably they don't, but maybe they do for something, but not for what they think, not for what they got the stardom for, but they try to sort of, I'm a star for this, but actually I'm a really nice guy, so maybe I can switch that stardom from that kind of negative thing to this good thing about myself. But then they get themselves terrible agents and they put them on TV and they become nothing. And it's better they'd never been a star even for 5 seconds, all right? Okay, let me have you run with that, okay? So you're walking down the street. Okay, so how are you going to walk?
I would take steps like, deliberate steps down the street, down Rodeo Drive.
Imagine what's going through your mind, and you're going to come across an ordinary Joe in the guise of Miguel, or Miguel in the guise of an ordinary Joe. Okay, you ready for this? Miguel, Kowalski, Stanley.
Let's say that I'm sort of painting lines on the sidewalk. It's my job. I work for the city. And, oh, no, I know. Let's imagine that it's Rodeo Drive, or, that place in front of the Chinese theater, with the stars. I think they have that. That's in Hollywood, right?
Yes, it's in Hollywood. Yes, of course. Okay, go on.
Alright, so let's say that I'm the guy cleaning those stars. They give me some cleaning liquid that's kind of toxic, and so I try not to use it because the only thing I can do after work is just watch TV. I don't have enough concentration for anything else, and I link that to toxicities in the cleaning liquid that they were providing me with. The city was to wash the stars. But finally I decided that I would use my own spit, because that had, the natural enzymes that would eat away at the bacteria that would seem to always cover those stars. They were always really hard to clean either because people spat on them, or because people were wiping their feet, or maybe some homeless people came and used it as a toilet and they just moved on, or maybe something like that. So really, really hard to clean. Or maybe there's a patina of some sort of evil sort of nature, like the ones that sold their souls to win that star. So probably, in the etheric, that would accumulate some sort of film, to mark that place so that people who can see in the etheric would avoid that place. All right, and it makes it really hard to clean because it leaves a residue in our three-dimensional reality. Sort of, I guess it's like congealed ectoplasm, that sort of covers the star. And the only thing that will eat it away is this really toxic, carcinogenic cleaning liquid the city gives you for free, that some people, I think, even drink because it kind of gives you a high, or they sniff or something. I don't know, I haven't done that myself. Only that will clean it, or actual enzymes in the actual spit of an actual wolf like me. So I was lucky to get the job. I was looking for the city, And lucky for the stars, because I managed to scrape away that layer. I'm not sure whether that cleanses the etheric. I have to think about the character a little bit more deeply before I can tell you for sure about that.
All right, Miguel, that was an ingenious interpretation. Physically cleaning off the tarnish from the stars of Hollywood stars who've sold their souls for a portion of the sidewalk that gets spit on, trampled upon, defecated upon. That's brilliant. And you're cleaning it spit and polish. You're using your own enzymes. The saliva's got all the info about you. It's your connection to the Akashic records. It's your connection to the noosphere, your quantum connection, all right? It's in the saliva, partially. All right, so you spit too much, I guess you're giving parts of yourself away. But then again, maybe maybe you're sort of fertilizing the environment around you by doing that. So maybe it's the right thing. I don't know. Who am I to judge? I'm not a doctor. All right, so what I'm saying is that it's brilliant. You're cleansing it with your soul, so to speak. The perceptive viewer will pick up on that, all right? Pick up on the metaphor. I really like that. That's an inspiration that's brilliant. Genius. Very nice. All right, places, everyone, and action.
Ahem. Ahem, ahem. Ahem, ahem.
Excuse me. Why are you not letting me by? Don't you know who I am?
Oh, I'm sorry, I just don't have time right now. I have to clean this star. It's very important.
What do you mean you have to clean this star? How can that be more important than I am? I'm a star.
This star is in the middle of the sidewalk, and so that's formal recognition that the person whose name is on the star is a star. Do you have a star?
I've only been a star for a couple of weeks, alright, so I haven't had time to get a star yet, but I'm sure I'll get one day.
Oh, well, I understand, but I don't have time to talk to you right now because I've got to clean this star. You'll have to wait until I finish cleaning it. It's a particularly dirty one. It's Dustin Hoffman's star. The further you fall, the more the etheric scum build up on the star, in front of the Chinese theater.
I don't see what that has to do with me. I'm a star now. Dustin Hoffman is not.
But, until the guys with the sledgehammers come by and start digging up, removing stars from different stars, until they start doing that, I'm afraid that this star takes precedence over you.
What are you cleaning that with? Well, why are you spitting on it? You do you not respect Dustin Hoffman?
Well, actually, I don't respect Dustin Hoffman, but I respect my profession. And my profession is to clean off these stars, come rain, come shine, come anybody who comes by. So when I spit, it's not a sign of disrespect. It's just that the cleaner they give us is really kind of toxic. Most of my friends, especially the ones who sniff it to get high, they've come down with cancer and a lot of them have died. So I had to give that up, the cleaning with it and the sniffing with it. I had to give all that up, and I'm using only my saliva.
I see, but what is it you're cleaning it with? What do these occult symbols mean?
Oh, but they're not occult symbols. The cloud is like, in comics it means thinking. Okay, so there's a thought coming from down here, and what it's thinking is BFF. That means best friend forever.
Well, okay, so what does that mean that a cloud says best friend forever?
Well, it's the thought of friendship, and then having a friend, and that will be your best friend forever. The cloud is saying love. That's a symbol for love. It looks like a heart. If you turn it on the side, like that, it looks like a heart.
That's a cloud, but it's also a thought, because it has that little thing, that little tail going down that shows that it's coming from somebody, but we don't know who. Maybe the person holding the rag there?
Could be. That's a reasonable interpretation.
Okay, and they're saying best friend forever, and they're saying love, and then this is kind of like, is this lightning striking them in the head?
Well, I never thought of it that way. I guess it could be like a bolt of lightning, like, wow, this is my best friend, I just realized that, and so now I feel love in my heart forever.
But what is inside that cloud? It's a semicolon, and then an open parenthesis, or closed parenthesis.
Oh, no, you're looking at it from the side.
Oh, I see. Oh, it looks like a smiley face. Okay, but the semicolon on a smiley face, doesn't that mean that it's winking?
Well, yeah, it's winking.
But couldn't that mean slyly winking?
Slyly winking?
Well, yeah, like you're pretending to have been struck by a sudden impulse that somebody will be your best friend forever, but maybe you're just using that person. You're telling them that's what you are. You're exchanging sort of bracelets or whatever, but it's not really real because you're kind of slyly winking, kind of inside. And so I was thinking that would be a metaphor for what you're doing.
A metaphor for what I'm doing?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're treating with care these stars that are being trampled upon, spat upon, including by you. And this rag is a testament to the phoniness of human interaction. And metaphorically, wiping away the film of the etheric attachments to these stars and to the idols that they have become and allowed to be created in their name. So they've created graven images to themselves. That's what these stars have done. And you're trying to clean it off with phoniness. With phoniness. You're pretending that you love it. So you don't really care about it.
Well, do you mean I don't care about the job? Or I don't care about the rag? Or I don't care about the star, meaning the physical star on the sidewalk? Or I don't care about the star, meaning the person who allowed a graven image to them to be engraven in the sidewalk.
How can you help somebody by cleaning their graven image? How can you help a person like that to understand that just because a lot of people know them and they can't walk down the street without being recognized, that doesn't mean that they're more important? I mean, couldn't we just as easily give every single person in the world a star like this? I mean, everybody's done something really amazing, maybe better than these stars have done. So you can't go around cleaning everybody's shoes, can you?
I'd have to save up a lot of saliva.
Okay, but even if you had an endless supply, you just wouldn't have enough time to do it. So what I'm saying is that maybe it's better, instead of cleaning the star, maybe you could etch something in it, like memento mori, remember your death. Okay, remember that you're going to die just like everybody else. Although nowadays they tempt people with immortality, so people will do anything for that, and so that doesn't work with them anymore, because they really think they're going to live forever, even though they're not. Or if they do, they have to give away their souls, and they regret it, and they have to be reborn a bunch of times to get back on track. I feel sorry for them. Okay, even though I'm becoming one of them, I understand. I had my 15 minutes of fame, trended, and then I thought it was really important, and then I'm thinking somebody's going to spit upon my graven image someday in front of Graham's Theater. I mean, I don't want that for myself. Do you want that for yourself?
Well, I don't expect that, so I kind of don't even think about it. But if you're asking me to think about it, about whether I would want that or not, well, I don't know. I don't mind, kind of going to the bowling alley with my friends and hanging out there, and nobody mugs us or asks for selfies or anything like that. That would kind of distract from the camaraderie, especially if the other guys would start, kind of envying me or try to suck up to me to get money or so I give them a job or make them famous or something like that. So I guess I wouldn't want to have that go away unless I would know it would be replaced by something even better. So is there something even better?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've been famous here for, when did I start trending? About 25 minutes ago. Okay, so I've been famous for 25 minutes. I got recognized right there. I was walking out and somebody recognized me, said, wow, I'm a big star. The first person I saw when I walked out of the building recognized me. That means everybody's going to recognize me now.
Oh, well, I'm not sure that that's actually true. I mean, for example, I didn't recognize you.
Don't you see what I'm saying? You could etch a message in that to them, to try to tell them to come down to earth, or to remind them how nice it was before they were. But probably they can't go back, right? Probably a lot of them would want to go back. They would want to become normal.
Are you saying a lot of them would rather, be ordinary again?
I think so.
And we don't let them do that.
No, we don't let them do that. But if we gave everybody a star and made everybody a star, then everybody would be equal. And it would be good for both people. The people who are not famous now, when they became famous, equally famous, they would see what it's like to be known by a lot of people. Because everybody has an interesting life story. And then the people who are famous now, who want to go back to being normal because they can't have normal lives with real friends and people not sucking up to them, okay, they want to go back to that. But if everybody becomes famous, That they could go back to that. They could have the best of both worlds. Don't you see? It's the best of all worlds for everyone involved. Just let everybody be famous and make stars for everybody. They got the 3D printers, and the 0 point energy. They've got unlimited resources, so everybody can become a star.
You could be swinging on a star